Welcome back for another video. My name is Haley. Today I'm putting a 30 amp outlet on the side of my garage for my camper. The reason I'm doing 30 amps on this and not a 50 amp is because my garage only has a 50 amp incoming line. I don't feel like doing 50 and 50 on that, so I'm just going to do a 30 amp here. And then eventually I'll do a 50 amp up on my shop. This right here is the side of the garage that we're going to be doing the install on. I'm going to go ahead and mount the box on the outside here. And then when we come to the inside, I've kind of already got a pre-cut hole there for the wire to go out. I'm going to route it up and around my garage door and then over to the panel. I've got the materials here that we're going to be using today. I've got 50 foot of 10-2 NMB cable. I've got our 30 amp single pole breaker. I've got this Eaton RV outlet box that we'll be installing. I've got my 1-inch drill bit to drill through. My coupling that's going to go to the back of the box that's going to run the cable through the steel frame. And then I've got a couple of step-up bits that I might end up using. I don't know if I'll need these or not, but I bought them anyway. So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get this box mounted to the outside wall. And the way that this is going to work is you can see that the two screw holes, it's got two screw holes on the bottom here. So what I'm going to do, if you can picture this on the other side, is I'm going to drill a hole, a 1-inch hole through the top of this to run the cable in from the back side here. And then I'll mount this on the outside with the two screws into the wood, and I'm gonna kind of do this up high so that I have more real estate, so I can probably throw in 2 more screws. I'll probably drill in 2 more on this so I can have a total of 4 screws holding this in. But we're gonna go ahead and drill the hole up on this and then get this cable ran through. Got the 1-inch hole drilled. I'm gonna go ahead and take this file and smooth this out over here so it's not so sharp before I put in my fitting. Now that I got this hole drilled and it filed down a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and stick this fitting through here. It's going to screw in, and then I'll tighten it down from the other side. And we're going to go ahead and punch the hole through the steel on the side of the building and then slide this through. I've got this tightened down on there now with the rubber seal on the back to keep it watertight. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and drill an 1.5-inch hole dead center through this rivet right here. That way the back of this will slide all the way through that hole, and then this can sit up flush against the steel. This is the scary part. So I've got the hole drilled now. If we come to the outside, you'll see here I've got an 1.5-inch hole with the wood just underneath. Now what's going to happen is this is going to go right like that. It's going to slide perfectly into there, and then I'm going to screw this down level and mount it in here so it'll be up tight against that building. I'm going to go ahead and get the box mounted level, and I'm going to go ahead and use some leftover sheet metal screws that I had to drill into the back and secure this to the wood on the other side. So that's what At this point, I've got this mounted level with my purple level here. I've got 4 screws. It's actually sheet metal screws with the rubber washer on the end to keep it watertight. Secured to the 2x6s on the other side, and then we'll feed the wire in through here. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and go to the inside and start running the wire. For the next step, I'm going to go ahead and feed the wire through here to the other side, make sure I leave enough slack to splice the cabling and get it connected to the outlet itself. And then I'm going to back up and run this up the side of my frame of my garage door, over, and then down into this panel here. While I'm running the cable, I'm going to go ahead and use these staples, and I'm going to run them about every 8 to 10 inches, starting right off the bat, coming in about 6 inches away from where I'm running this into the actual outlet itself. I just saved you guys the boring part. Went ahead and strung the wire all the way up and around. Came all the way down and over. Have it brought to the panel at the moment. The next steps I'll show you. I'm going to connect outside in the outlet first, and then I'll connect up in the panel. So we're going to get the back of this wired. Now, looking at this, flip it over. The bottom left there will be our hot. The bottom right will be our neutral. The top there will be the ground. So we're going to go ahead and get the wires pulled back and stripped in there, and then connected to here. Got the wires pulled out and stripped. I'm gonna go ahead and get them connected to the back of this here plate now. Got this wired together now. So if we flip this over to the back, you'll see hot on the right, neutral here on the left, ground on top, and then both grounds bonded to the back there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this put back together here. I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna go ahead and put the breaker install into the panel. We're now on the panel side here. We're gonna go ahead and bring this over, down, and into here. I'm gonna put it right up here in this top slot. And before you work on anything inside your panel, if you're able to, shut off the power. So I went up to my pole and killed the power to this garage. So at this point, there is nothing feeding this line. This is all safe. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this fed through up here, down into here. We're gonna go ahead and use up this slot right here, get this breaker installed, then we'll give it a test. Now that I've got this ran through the top up here, I just doubled it up with this other 20 amp outlet circuit that I've got. You can go ahead and use this little tool right here. You can get right up onto it's got a little knife edge on the inside there. Center it, squeeze, and then just drag this down. And it'll open up your cable for you. All right, I've got my neutral ran around, snug down tight. Got my ground ran down, snug down tight. And then I've got the hot running in right here to this 30 amp. It's pushed in correctly, snug down tight. So at this point, I'm going to go turn power back on at the pole, then come out and test all of this and make sure it's working correctly. Got the power turned back on. I'm going to go ahead and flip this breaker now. And we're going to run outside and test this. All right, there's a good sign, no trip. So let's go test it and see what we have for voltage outside. All right, I'm back outside now. As you can see here, got the two here. Testing this, I got 121 between the hot and the neutral. It's kind of hard doing this with one hand, but you can see there between the hot and the ground, I've got 122. It varies between 121 and 122 there. This looks pretty solid at 122. But that test out means everything's good. To make myself feel better about the wiring job, I went and grabbed my surge protector and circuit analyzer. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and just make sure that it gives me all green lights. New outlet. Okay, so it's coming across all greens. So you can see there at the top of the line, I got 2 green lights. It shows correct wiring. So this would be a safe for my RV. My last step is gonna be knocking this out and then throwing it back up here and then labeling the outlet itself. The panels all put back together now. I've got these labeled RV outlet. I went ahead and added my garage door while I was at it. It's just a habit of mine, but when I'm not using something, I just shut it off. Similar to my heater here, I just keep this off when I'm not using it to make sure that there's no power flowing to it when it doesn't need it. One final step I took to get this all done is I went ahead and sealed all around the outside of this to keep it watertight all the way around. That'll also keep bugs out. On the other side of the building, on the back side here, I went ahead and siliconed all around that hole that I put as well, and then in and around the wire to make sure no bugs could come in from underneath down here. I just wanted to say thank you for watching another video. I appreciate your time. This took me about 2 hours to do. I'm just dangerous enough with electrical to kind of know what I'm doing and get stuff done appropriately. I'm happy with the way it turned out and look forward to using it in the future. If you have any questions or feedback, just leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I appreciate you and hope you have a wonderful day.